He had 3 hours before the deadline. The report was half finished. Everything he needed was right in front of him.
And he spent 2 of those 3 hours reorganizing his desk, checking his phone, making coffee he didn't drink, watching one YouTube video that turned into 11.
He wasn't lazy, he wasn't tired, he wasn't even distracted, not really.
He was doing something that has a very specific name in English, a word that Americans use constantly in therapy, in self-help books, in offices, in conversations with themselves at 2 a.m.
That word is what we're teaching you today. And once you understand it, you'll never see your own time the same way again. Welcome to Word by Word English, where every episode we teach you one powerful word that changes how you understand the world around you.
Today's word is one of the most psychologically rich words in the American vocabulary. It's not just about being slow or lazy. It's about something much more interesting and much more human than that.
Let's get into it.
Let's go back to that man at his desk. 3 hours, half-finished report, 2 hours lost.
Now, here's the interesting part. If you asked him why he didn't finish, he wouldn't say, "I was lazy." He wouldn't say, "I didn't care." He would say something much more specific.
I was procrastinating.
And that one word, procrastinating, tells you something completely different from lazy or slow or distracted. It tells you that he knew what he needed to do. He had the ability to do it, and he chose, consciously or not, to do something else instead.
That distinction is everything. Procrastination is not about ability. It's not about effort. It's about avoidance, deliberate, often unconscious avoidance of a task that feels uncomfortable, difficult, or overwhelming.
The word is procrastinate, and it is one of the most self-aware words in the English language.
From the Latin pro, meaning forward, and crastinus, meaning of tomorrow, procrastinate literally means to push forward to tomorrow, and Americans have been pushing things to tomorrow for a very long time.
So why does this word matter so much in American culture? Let's talk about the psychology, because this is where it gets genuinely fascinating.
Most people think procrastination is about time management. If you just organized your schedule better, you'd stop procrastinating, right?
Wrong. Research in psychology consistently shows that procrastination is not a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem.
When a task feels overwhelming, boring, anxiety-inducing, or tied to a fear of failure, your brain looks for relief, any relief. And that relief comes in the form of reorganizing your desk, checking your phone, watching one more video.
The task didn't go away, but for a few minutes, the uncomfortable feeling did, and your brain learned avoidance works. Do it again.
This is why telling a procrastinator to just do it almost never works, because the problem isn't discipline. The problem is that the task feels bad and avoidance feels good in the short term.
And here's what makes Americans particularly aware of this word. American culture is obsessed with productivity, with hustle, with output. So when someone isn't producing, they need a word for why, and that word is procrastinating.
It's a word that acknowledges human psychology while also taking responsibility. I'm procrastinating means I know I should be doing this, I know why I'm not, and I'm naming it.
That's self-awareness. The ability to name your own avoidance is exactly why this word is so respected in American self-improvement culture.
And Americans have even started creating fun combinations with this word. Procrastibake, when you bake instead of doing work. Procrasticlean, when you suddenly clean your entire house right before a deadline. These aren't official dictionary words, but every American knows exactly what they mean.
Because the behavior is so universal, Americans had to invent new words to describe every version of it.
Let's look at 3 real situations where Americans use this word.
Situation 1, personal confession. I've been procrastinating on my taxes for 3 weeks. I know I need to do them, I just keep putting it off. This is the most common use. Honest, self-aware, slightly guilty.
Situation 2, asking for accountability. I need you to check on me this weekend. I've been procrastinating on this project and I really need to get it done.
Americans use procrastinate when asking for help staying on track.
Situation 3, professional context. I'll be honest, I procrastinated on this and now I'm behind. I'm going to need until Friday. In American professional culture, naming your procrastination directly is seen as more mature than making excuses. It shows self-awareness.
Notice in all three situations, procrastinate is used honestly. Americans don't use this word defensively. They use it as an acknowledgement, almost a confession.
And that honesty, the ability to name your own avoidance, is exactly why this word is so respected in American self-improvement culture.
Now, let's go a little deeper, because procrastinate isn't just a behavior, it's a signal. And what it signals is more interesting than most people realize.
When someone says, "I've been procrastinating on this," they're actually telling you several things at once.
One, this task matters to them. People don't procrastinate on things they don't care about. You procrastinate on the things that feel high stakes, the big project, the difficult conversation, the important decision.
Two, they have a fear response attached to this task. Maybe fear of failure, maybe fear of success, maybe fear of judgment. The avoidance is protecting them from something uncomfortable.
Three, they haven't broken the task down into small enough steps. Procrastination almost always happens with tasks that feel too big, too vague, or too overwhelming to start.
Four, they need support, not judgment. When someone tells you they've been procrastinating, the American response is almost never, "Just do it." It's, "What's making it hard?" or "How can I help?"
Understanding these four signals changes how you respond to procrastination in yourself and in others.
And as the old saying goes, procrastination is the thief of time. Americans love this phrase because it captures exactly what happens. Every hour you avoid the task is an hour you can never get back.
Now let's talk about the mistakes English learners make with this word.
Mistake one, confusing procrastinate with lazy. They're very different. Lazy means you don't want to work. Procrastinate means you want to work, but you're avoiding a specific task for psychological reasons.
You can be an extremely hard worker and still procrastinate constantly.
Mistake two, pronunciation. This one trips people up. It's procrastinate, stress on the second syllable, not procrastinate. Say it with us. Procrastinate. Procrastinate.
Mistake 3, using procrastinate for small delays. If you wait 10 minutes to reply to a text, that's not procrastinating. Procrastination implies a pattern of avoidance over time around a specific important task. The word carries weight. Use it when the avoidance is real and meaningful.
Mistake 4, only using it as a verb. Procrastinate is also a noun, procrastination, and a person noun, procrastinator. "I'm a chronic procrastinator" is very common in American self-description.
Tell us in the comments, what's the one thing you procrastinate on most? Be honest, we all have one.
Quick practice. 2 situations, tell me which sounds more natural and self-aware.
Situation 1. You haven't started an important project that's due next week. Option A, I have been very busy and haven't had time. Option B, honestly, I've been procrastinating on it. I need to just sit down and start.
Option B. Option A sounds like an excuse, even if it's true. Option B sounds honest, self-aware, and mature. Americans immediately respect option B.
Situation 2. A friend hasn't called their doctor despite needing to for months. Option A, I keep forgetting to call. Option B, I've been procrastinating on it. I think I'm a little anxious about what they might find.
Option B, again, it's more honest, more specific, and it names the real reason, anxiety. That level of self-awareness is exactly what procrastinate allows you to express.
Now, your turn. Fill in the blank out loud. I've been procrastinating on blank because blank. Be honest. Name both the task and the real reason. Write it in the comments. We promise no judgment here.
He had 3 hours.
He spent 2 of them avoiding the thing he needed to do most.
And the most important thing he did, eventually, wasn't finishing the report.
It was naming what was happening.
I'm procrastinating. 3 words. That level of self-awareness is the first step, always, to actually doing the thing.
Because you can't fix what you won't name. And now you have the word.
Today you learned 1 word, but really you learned something about how humans avoid the things that matter most, and why naming that avoidance out loud, honestly, is where change always begins.
Like and subscribe to Word by Word English, because next time we're breaking down a word that Americans use to describe the exact opposite of procrastination. A word that, when you use it about yourself, instantly makes you sound more driven, more focused, and more ambitious.
See you in the next one.